everybody, peace and blessings to you. Hope you are doing well. Recording on November 21st, 2024. It is Thursday. I am in my serenity room. It is dark. It is around 4:39 p.m. And I just wanted to talk about today's vibes. Talk about the things like, the information that's coming out today, the most interesting information, and just my observations and thoughts on things. So anybody that's clicking on this video that doesn't know who I am, my name is Latisha. I am a 42-year-old mindful millennial mom of five. I'm an intuitive. I am an energy reader. I feel vibes. I feel, my intuition tells me things, and I have a broad understanding. I observe things that are going on from my daily life and things that are happening in my life to things that are outside myself, observing the world. I am paying attention to what is going on in the political arena in America, because that's where I live. That's where that's where it all started for me, in terms of looking at things that are happening around me, outside of myself, outside of my bubble. I first started paying attention to American politics that actually happened from 2017, when I had the shock of my life in 2016. And then from 2017, I started to pay attention, and I started to see the world shift and change, and a lot of shocking things. And I just, the way how the direction that everything was going, and how fast it was going, and watching the shift, and how a lot of things were being revealed, things that were under the rugs, things that we would not have seen coming, things that things that was happening behind the scenes with bad people, or people doing bad things, and learning about a lot of things that I didn't know before, and having my ideas and my concepts of life and religion and politics and how life works in general just shift. And the more I grow, the more I pursue information, the more I pay attention, the more I learn. And I've also found my purpose. I believe that my purpose in this world is mainly to be a light worker. I want to inspire people. I want to inform people. I want to invite people to be their best selves and let their light shine, but also to be informed. I'm not one that ascribes to the idea that there's a separation between all the things that make humanity work: politics, education, housing, geographical geography and history and science. I don't believe any of these things are separate things. I believe that all of it is connected. All of it is to help us to learn, to grow, to figure out how to live in harmony with each other and in harmony with the planet, and how to be the best humans that we could possibly be, and live the best life that we could possibly live, and take care of our planet in the best way that we could possibly take care of it. And I've learned that I'm not a fan of capitalism, not in the way that it is right now. I've learned that, there are dark powers controlling the world right now, and controlling people with distraction, and with, struggle, and with obstacles, and with all these things that keeps people from growing and being aware of their inner power and their inner strength and their self, keeping us sick, keeping us not well mentally and physically and spiritually, keeping us controlled, keeping us to a certain level, and never growing, never expanding, never ascending. And I believe that we have come to a different time and era in our lives, in the world, and this is a moment of generational shift. This is a moment of a shifting. And one of the things that has been discussed on that is being discussed on YouTube, astrology YouTube, is that there's a shift has been taking place. I don't know anything about astrology. All I can know is I can feel the energy shift. I can feel the shift, but a shift been taking place where it's like, I believe it is a shift from Pluto in Capricorn to Pluto in Aquarius, and I don't know what none of that means, but all I know is that there's a shift, right? And I felt the shift. I felt the shift because I felt like in on November 18th, I was drained and weary, and I recorded videos and I posted them, from a weary place. And I'm still weary now, but in a different kind of weary. And then November 19th, I felt like on November 19th, I made a decision. I went to bed on November 18th saying to myself, I choose freedom. I have free will and I choose freedom. And then I remember waking up with that same mindset, I choose freedom. And, the energy of yesterday, November 19th, was different. No, November 20th was different. And I remember, got the times mixed up. So I felt that shift on November 19th. And the energy yesterday was different. And the energy today is different. And, I'm seeing the shift. I'm seeing how things are kind of shifting back in the favor of karma and justice and everything that we felt was coming, and victory, victory on behalf of karma and justice, and people getting what is due to them. Things are shifting. So here's some of the things that I found to be very, very interesting today. We know the whole situation about that guy DJT picking his circus clowns for his cabinet, and one of them being a House Republican called Matt, whose name is Matt Gaetz. And he's a terrible person, an awful person, and nobody liked him except MAGA probably, but he was a terrible person. So anyway, there was a ethics report on him that they had an ethics investigation on him for a while, and it was about to come out, and it was something in regards to sex trafficking and his drug use, and alleged sex trafficking and his drug use and whatever else is in that report, but some really, really bad stuff. So just before the report was about to come out, Trump announced that he had picked him for his attorney general, and then he resigned, right? And it was a whole hullabaloo leading up to the Republican Ethics Committee deciding yesterday that they won't release the report, which, Adam Kinzinger said, and other people said, that if it was a good report, they would release it. So it's probably it's most likely a very damning report. But they decided not to release it. And then today, Matt Gaetz removed his name from consideration for AG. So all that happened, and that's politics, especially Trump politics, MAGA politics, Republican politics at work. And, I'm just thankful that Matt Gaetz will no longer be in Congress. I don't know where he's going to go from there, and I don't care unless it affects me, unless it, causes harm to people. But, which it most likely will, because he's a person that causes harm. He's a human that causes harm to people, but I'm glad he's no longer in Congress. So that is a blessing. That's a positive. Then the next thing was Brazilian ex-president Jair Bolsonaro has been indicted over alleged knowledge of a coup plot to kill his successor and overturn the election results. So that is another thing that I find to be a positive news, in the way of accountability. Then the International Criminal Court, ICC, issues arrest warrants for Israel Netanyahu and his ex-defense minister and the Hamas leader, in terms of Netanyahu and his ex-defense ministers for crimes against humanity. And I read in reading the article, it says starvation as using starvation as a method of restricting humanitarian aid. And then it says the death toll passed 44,000 people. Their count doesn't differentiate between civilians and combatants. So, like I've said in many previous videos, I don't really talk a lot about the Gaza conflict and the situation with that, because I feel like it's very above my pay grade in terms of the complication, and it's just a very divisive issue. And it's an issue that kind of causes a lot of narrow tunnel vision, especially surrounding the election. One of the things that I just felt is that people that may have not voted for Kamala or voted third party or voted for Trump because of this issue, for some reason, I don't know why, they were blinded to the fact that Netanyahu wanted Trump to win, because Trump would have let him get away with what he wanted to do, the wicked things that he does, his methods of warfare, more than the Democratic president would have. And Trump would have been would be a worse result, because he would be a Netanyahu ally, So I'm talking about real ally, So I just felt like that people that would have done that would have gotten played by Netanyahu, and that is probably why he kept the issue. Did not try, in a really forceful way to bring home hostages or end the conflict or end it in a more peaceful manner or more satisfactory manner to people, who, which is everybody, but people against genocide. But like I said, that's a complicated issue. So I'm just talking about my basic observations, Then the things that I appreciated to seeing on the in threads is I saw a discussion about the CNN ratings going down, and also the Morning Joe ratings are down, like real low down. I don't have the actual stats, but low, and one of the things I appreciate about the Morning Joe news is that I feel like that is people holding them accountable for attempting to save their butts, giving into fear, obeying in advance in relation to fascism, and trying to normalize Trump. And I saw a picture with, I don't know if it's an old picture or a new picture. It's a embarrassing picture, but I saw Martin Joe with his thumbs up picture with Trump. I hope that that's an old picture, but I don't know. If it's a new one, then, they deserve for their ratings to go down. They deserve for their people that they have insulted or disappointed, by their actions, not to return and not to trust them again, because that was a bad thing, a bad choice. And then there's the Senate Democrats are confirming, Joe Biden appointed judges, like at a very good rate. They're trying to confirm as many as possible, and these judges look so beautiful. They're diverse, beautiful judges. And the last number I had was 2018. I don't know if that's an accurate number, and there's just a lot of positive news. And, I could just feel the energy changing, and I could feel the shift, and the only unfortunate thing is that the bill that, So the bill, HR 9495 passed in the House, and I'm out of time, so look that up. HR 9495. Get some information about that bill. Thank you for watching. Blessings and peace. I can feel the shift.